they pretty much screen you like crazy before you could do that work. So I know trust me, they didn't just let just anybody around this guy. So it's not a mistake that this guy got it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
But, huh?
What do you mean it's not a mistake that he got it?
Well, when I say about mistake, like they didn't just let just anybody around him for him to get it. What's going on, everybody? This is Theodore Campbell and
I'm
Bianca. Yeah, we just want to do a real quick video because, as y'all know, this is a trending topic. Our commander-in-chief, the president, Donald Trump, just got tested for COVID-19 and come to find out that he has COVID-19. Exactly. So today, on Friday, he just got transported to the Walter Reed Medical Center in Maryland. I think that's in Bethesda, Maryland. And that was about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I mean, this is kind of a big deal.
I wonder, is it like, do people see it as being something scary? Or I think it's a big deal because, just to be honest, he was always talking about how, the virus wasn't as serious as it had been projected to be. So I wonder, like, do you think he's taking it more seriously, especially saying that it's him and his wife, or what's the vibe around there? You know what I mean? Like, how they feeling?
Well, I think the biggest thing about it, could you imagine all the conspiracy theories that's coming out right now?
All these theories about, they're saying, he just don't want to do the second debate, and
I was thinking the same thing. Yep.
And
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a tough scenario. I mean, it's kind of scary because it's like, even though a lot of people don't like Trump, I mean, he's still our leader. So the same thing, and not trying to go back to our videos, even though we always do, it's like you want to give people the same mercy you want. So Trump, at the end of the day, is still a human being who just tested positive for COVID-19. So it's like, whether you like him or not, this is still a scary situation. Like,
yeah, that's amazing because just think if it was like detrimental and we didn't have a president for a while. Imagine how that would be. But I did see a post today that somebody had said, it's frozen. Sorry. Okay. I did see a post where somebody had said, the moment you realized, or the moment you found out that Donald Trump had coronavirus, your character was revealed. And that's what I think about, like, how did you feel? Like,
yeah, right.
I hope he died. Like, people have that. I didn't have that response necessarily, but like, oh, that's what you get. And I mean, karma is, it does come around, as they say, but I don't know, like, if those responses are necessarily good ones, because we don't wish bad on anybody, I hope.
Exactly.
No, right. To be honest, let me tell you, anything you do, you're going to have to answer to it anyway. He's going to have to, if it's whatever he's doing, he's going to have to answer to it. Trust me, either way, without either of us ever saying anything bad towards him. Point blank, period.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, me personally, whether you like Trump or the one thing that I don't like about this whole political thing that's going on is that, like, whether you want to be a Democrat or you want to be a Republican, you still got to give respect where respect is due. And, like, for me personally, I have a personal, situation that happened this week where I'm not going to say that Trump helped us out because it might have been his administration, but of course he has to sign off on it. So people that's in trucking could tell you that they signed off on a bill this week that helps us tremendously in the trucking industry,
Mhm.
as far as what, like our 30-minute breaks and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and try to break down all that stuff to people that don't know trucking, but this was something that was really hindering us in the trucking industry.
Mhm.
And um it got signed off this week. Well, I ain't gonna say it happened this week, but it went into effect this week. And I'm seeing the benefits already in my industry. So
This week, and you're already seeing benefits.
absolutely. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, the way this new thing with the logs is going, it's a plus. And that's not to say that I like Trump, but my thing is you got to give respect where respect is due. And the one thing I don't like about what some Democrats, not all, but some Democrats do is they try to paint this picture where he does all bad and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give respect where respect is due. If he do something good, you got to give him respect in that area. Yeah, he might lie over here. He might not do right over here, but a few areas in his campaign he did right. And I could speak for myself. He did right for us in this trucking thing as far as the hours of service thing.
Mhm. I think it's just a matter of each of us individually doing research and just thinking, whether you're for him or Joe Biden or whoever it is, just to kind of do your research and see who stands for or who's beneficial to you and your family, um, instead of like prejudging. It's even, for me, you may have seen a lot of things or even hear me talk a lot and then think, hmm, I don't really think she's my cup of tea. But then it may be some things that are underlying that, I do that could benefit you or be beneficial towards you, if we were friends or something like that. So it's kind of like just to kind of gather the information and have more of a well-rounded approach to form our opinions. You know what I mean? But it's to each their own. I mean, I get it. I totally do because nobody's signing up to be disrespected and nobody's signing up to feel disrespected. And we all want to be treated with that same respect that we're supposed to be giving. And I think it takes you to sometimes be beyond mature to give respect when you don't receive it, you know. But when you say he's done some things that aren't all bad, totally true. Um, I want to also say though, but like think about, I've heard a lot of complaints just this week about people like me and you, regular people having to pay um, student loans and things of
Yeah,
that nature, and then to see him, with so much income, only having to pay $750 in taxes. But we have student loans attached to us.
yeah,
We're out here, just trying to make it regular people. So
yeah,
I get it, like totally, I understand that, and
yeah.
and no,
I,
it's never okay to tell lies either, by the way. So yeah,
mhm.
I get both sides of the coin there.
Exactly. And again, like what we saying is not that we support Trump or that we like him or anything, but at the same time, it's a situation where, okay, he just contracted this virus. At least we think he did, and you still have to have that compassion as a human being. That, I mean, you got something that has killed people.
Well, it's gonna be people that tell you, forget that. We don't have to have no compassion towards him. He has none towards
I I understand, but again, but you got to go back to our videos that we talking about, like
yeah.
um give people that same respect or that same mercy and grace that you give that you would want. If I was to contract COVID-19, I wouldn't want people to go down my laundry list and say all this stuff that I've done wrong in my life. I
And
would at least
and
get,
really, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's just the mentality. It's even, I've known people or a person specifically, but people who've had the virus and said, I would wish it on my worst enemy, right? So just think of it from that approach of you don't really know the effects that it has, but you do know it can be deadly. And so,
Exactly.
just wish people the best. I think when you show love, you'll get it back. But when you spew out the other negative things, that's what you get back too. It comes back around either way. And it's for us to decide, you know, if we're gonna do that or not. Nobody, all the viewers, whoever is watching, you don't you don't have to take anybody's advice, or but it is something to think about, because if I know this person who said they wouldn't wish on their worst enemy, then you know this is something that's not to be played with, and so I just hope I don't know. I hope it gets better because we don't need our nation to be in a vulnerable state either, any more than it already is, because it's already on one leg.
I
uh,
mean, it goes back to a video we just did the other day. I don't know if it posted because I think it had trouble posting, but it goes back to the prayer march that just happened on September 16th.
mm,
Um, they praying for the nation pretty much because when they did that prayer, they didn't know that a week later that Donald Trump was going to show up with COVID-19. But at the same time, they were just praying that we get provision from God to help us where we are and even for the things that's to come ahead. So even with this new information that we getting today, I mean, that prayer still is in effect because it's like we need God to step in and to show us and to show our leaders like where we need to go because I mean, it's almost like this nation is running like blindfold right now.
well, I want to add somewhat of or ask somewhat of a difficult question, probably for you.
Mhm. For me,
Yeah. What about for
okay.
him? In the beginning, he done so many press conferences and so much things, so many different tweets and all that stuff, just kind of downplaying the virus and acting as if it wasn't so serious, and going around without wearing a mask. Whether I don't know if the mask really is as effective as they said it is, but going around not wearing a mask and kind of not taking it serious, even having those rallies and stuff, presidential rallies, and the people not being required to social distance necessarily, even though they said they would, and not being required to wear masks. So with that said, he's presenting this case, and then for him to get the virus, it is. Do you think it's understandable for us as onlookers to say, well, you kind of encouraged this, and so you were bound to get it, and hey, that's what comes back to you. What do you think about that?
Well, my take on that is this. At the end of the day, yeah, he might have been able to do some things differently. And yeah, there might have been a little bit of arrogance to some degree. But at the same time, it always goes back to treating people how you want to be treated. Because at the end of the day, I can think of many situations where people can look at my life and say, well, you could have did something better, or you shouldn't have went to this situation like that, or you could have been more mindful of a certain thing when you went into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do that. See that my life, my lifestyle. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a president. I'm not all these other people that's on these huge platforms. So I don't have the camera on me to judge me in my mistakes. But at the same time, it's the same thing. It's just with
Well, to a
celeb.
certain extent, because you're not out here encouraging you know behavior that may make you or put you into a vulnerable situation, or that could cause you to get ill, or become ill and die. So I'm just thinking, like, when you have somebody who is the kind of the head, in
Mhm,
which he is, kind of discourage safety precautions and encourage you to
mhm.
do something that could put you in a bad place. Um, you know, we do have to be accountable. I will stress that you have to have some accountability. That's not for us to feel ill will towards them or anything, because I don't feel any way about it. I don't. But on the other hand, it is very important for us to be who have influence to be accountable. Remember the what you told me the other day? To whom much is given.
Oh yeah, much is given, much is required, something like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
that should be the main his motto, because
It's yeah.
given this huge platform, this huge position, and you gotta act responsibly.
I
And that has
agree.
nothing to do with policies. That has nothing to do with his attitude or his arrogance. You need to be responsible. People are watching you, from children to adults. They're watching and they're listening to what you're saying.
I agree with you 100%, but I do look at the human side of it because it's like uh there's many situations I've been where people thought I should have made a better decision, but I'm a human being.
But I'm just saying, I hope, luckily, you weren't making the same impression upon a mass of people, you know.
I hope not.
And no, you couldn't have had that type of influence. Like,
Nah, not like him. No, of course not.
yeah,
No.
he has, influence. We can't disacknowledge that. And I'm not here to say or encourage somebody to, think that he gets what this is what you get. But I don't know. I just hope that we can be responsible with our words. Is all I can say, you know, because everything else is kind of like we're talking about the virus. We're not talking about anything else about who he is as a person. We're talking
Yeah.
about this virus and how we've been faced with, issues. So many things that have gone on since, what was it, February or March? Somewhere in between February and March,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
we knew to take it seriously. And it's just
Hmm.
unfortunate that he discouraged it so many times. And it's like now you don't know what to believe. But we know he be lying though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no question he be lying. Oh, that's not a question now.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. I think you're just trying to say, like, he's human. He needs the same grace that is extended to us all. Because the truth is, God is no respecter of persons, and so
Exactly.
that's what I get from you. I understand that, but I do want to also kind of play the other side of things, where I know I've heard people say, like, you've been encouraged us not to wear a mask for how long, to get
Exactly.
back to work and all that stuff. And how did you, of all people, contract the virus when you should have been the most protected? I know people. Do you think there'll be the people are tested before they even um, interact with the president? I
Of
think so.
course.
So
Of
how did he
course.
contract the virus?
Who knows, man? Like I like I said, a couple of our videos. I've been a tour bus driver. I've been in many situations. I've even drove corporate and military stuff. They pretty much screen you like crazy before you could do that work. So I know trust me, they didn't just let just anybody around this guy. So it's not a mistake that this guy got it. You know what I mean?
What do you
But
mean?
huh?
What do you mean it's not a mistake that he got it?
Well, when I say about mistake, like they didn't just let just anybody around him for him to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this is something that slipped through the cracks. This is not a mistake. Like they just let anybody around him. They screened everybody to come around this guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then if you think about the rallies and all this stuff, maybe it was people in the audience. If it's airborne, like the CDC
Maybe.
reported,
I mean, he could have caught it from anything,
you know how
anybody.
it was reported that it was airborne, and then that was retracted. So um, maybe it is. And
Who knows? But I think one thing we just do gotta agree on is that we at least pray for the guy, because I mean, even the Bible say that you're supposed to follow the laws of the land.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he is our leader, whether you like him or not. And I know a lot of people trying to vote him out next month. That's cool. Do what you got to do. But I'm not saying I like him. I'm saying I don't like him. I'm
Yeah,
not saying.
this is not a video about, oh, we support Donald Trump.
Yeah, but
like you said, there are some beneficial things that have come into play under his administration. It doesn't. I don't even know that necessarily speaks to who he is, but it speaks to. But I think it's a God
the
thing
seat.
too.
Yeah, the seat.
Yeah, I think it's a God thing too, that we can have favor in any situation. So you don't credit a man for that on any given day.
Absolutely. So, I mean, if you can feel in your heart, whether you like Donald Trump or not, I mean, still pray for the guy. This man still makes decisions for our country. I mean, if he gets voted out next month, then he's out of there.
Yeah. All good.
But
That's them. I get it. I get it.
in the time being, he's still our president, and he's sick right now.
Yeah, we see people dying all day, and regardless of whatever we think, the fact is that if you're the most hated person in the world, somebody love you.
True.
And it's
Yeah, I mean,
gonna affect somebody.
yeah, I mean, he's a husband to a wife. He's a father to his children. He has family members. Like, we still got to give him that same love as a human being. I mean, if you don't like him, just vote him out next month, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's what I think that's where we are called to action. If you feel like it's something that you can do about it, well, by all means, please, 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 do all that you can do to be sure that your voice is heard. I would encourage it all day. However you do that, do it, and hopefully the results that you want will come to pass. But we ain't gonna be hating nobody, I hope.
Yeah. We just wanted to touch on it real quick because this is a trending topic, and it's kind of a big deal. And but we appreciate you watching this video. Again, this is Unadulterated You. We hope that you like, you subscribe, and that you send us your comments and stuff, and let us know what you think about the stuff that we talking about, and give us some feedback. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, like, what's your opinion on towards him? We definitely want to hear that, and so if you will, just comment down below, or like, share, subscribe, send an email to us, and we'll be reaching out back to you. And as always, since you watched this far, we know you watched the whole video, and so we appreciate it, and we thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.